Hola, hi, bonjour, mambo vipi. Welcome back to MJ's World, where it's all about self-love, self-growth, greatness, mind shift, and above all, P for positivity. Yay! So today we are going to talk about willful blindness. Let me repeat that. Willful blindness. So this is where you tend to put a blind eye on something voluntarily. Huh? You see, like the way I will find a block in front of me and I want to pass in front of this block, and I assume voluntarily that there's no block and I still want to pass through. Definitely I'll be hit because I'm seeing this block but I don't want to pass over it or through it. And there are some things that we get affected when we do that, when we have willful blindness. One, when we have willful blindness, we get to avoid. What do I mean by this? We avoid some things. Like for example, when I don't do this thing right now and it's supposed to be done because of maybe another thing that should take place tomorrow, when you avoid it, what will happen? Maybe you will have some consequences. Maybe something won't go through because you avoided to do that thing today, which will render you not successful on that thing that was supposed to happen the next day. Avoidance. Yeah. Another thing is insanity. Yeah. When we are trying to do the same thing, expecting different results. And this one is all about trial and error sometimes. You try to do this and see if you're going to be successful through that. Yeah. But don't expect you're going to try this thing this time round and you still fail, and expect when you do it the next time you're still going and you still fail and you still continue doing it the same way, the same time, and expect different results. No, that's a kind of willful blindness and we shouldn't do that. Another thing is living in denial. Like, like for example, this is from past. I don't like calling them past failures. I like calling them past lessons. Yeah, because when you do something and it doesn't be successful, you come out with a lesson from that. So when you come out from a lesson from a certain thing and you don't work towards it, that means you're living in denial. You have to accept, I did this, it didn't work for me, I learned this, so what do? Learn from that lesson so that you don't have a repeat of the same. But when you live in denial, that means you are living in willful blindness. Yeah, we need, when we have our past lessons that we've had before, we should learn from them so that we can be successful in future. But don't live in denial, because that's putting a willful blindness to yourself. Another thing is when we accept lies. When you know something is a lie and you still go ahead believing it to be a truth or a fact. You know the truth, you know the fact, but you still believe in a lie. Like the way sometimes you can have friends who are telling us things that we know that they are lies and still go ahead believing them, and we know the truth and the facts. We shouldn't do that in our personal lives, because that's something that we are putting willful blindness to ourselves, and they may be so dangerous and have very bad consequence on ourselves. Yeah. And it's very meaning, it's our responsibility to see what is before us, to see what is before our eyes, and we should do that in a very courageous manner so that we can be able to learn from that, however horrible it may seem, however when we see it, however hard, however it may damage us, it may damage our conscience and give us half blindness to us. Sometimes maybe we put a willful blindness because we are afraid of the damage that may cause. But do you know, honest truth or bitter truth is sweet, just like kiss to the lips. So we shouldn't put ourselves, or we shouldn't have half blindness or willful blindness because we are avoiding the hurt that may come with it, the bitterness that may come from it, but rather we should look ahead. We should allow our eyes to see ahead of us, because at the end, it's for the betterment, it's for the better good. Yeah? At the end of it, it will be for the better of ourselves. Yeah. And we should also be able, every information that we get, me I usually say sisikilizi, mi nasikilizanga wito, nitakataa ninachoitiwa. If anybody tells me, by the way, MJ, there's this type of an investment, the next question I'll ask, which investment? How does it go? I will give an ear to it, listen to it, internalize it, even tell that person, let me think about it. Because sometimes we are so quick to rush to things, we are so quick to brush off information because maybe of some things we've had, some things we've seen even on social media, but we tend to forget, sometimes taking risk. But you have to take risk by first getting the information, understanding it, do your due diligence, and so from there you can be able to know, am I okay? Is it okay? Is it worth taking my risk to do this? You may be limiting yourself from your success, from taking that risk which is going to push you ahead from being rich, from reaching to your goals. Yeah. So let's be very careful in whatever we put in how we see things, and in our willful blindness. Let you not be being behind, or not let you being limited to your goals because of your willful blindness. Yeah. Are we together? So today I will leave you with a quote which says, success is based upon power.